The political blame game reached new heights this week as White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt fired back at Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer over his claims linking a recent Delta Airlines crash to former President Donald Trump's aviation policies. The crash, which took place in Toronto, Canada, involved a flight from Minneapolis and miraculously resulted in no fatalities among the 80 passengers and crew. However, Schumer wasted no time suggesting that Trump-era Federal Aviation Administration FAA workforce reductions played a role in the incident. Leavitt swiftly dismissed the accusation as irresponsible, pointing out that the crash occurred under Canadian air traffic control and that no FAA controllers had been laid off under the previous administration. As investigations into the crash continue, the clash between Schumer and Leavitt highlights how political narratives can quickly overshadow the facts. In the wake of the Delta Airlines crash in Toronto, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wasted no time in pointing fingers at former President Donald Trump's administration. Speaking to reporters, Schumer suggested that workforce reductions within the Federal Aviation Administration FAA under Trump may have contributed to the incident, raising concerns about the long-term effects of past policies on aviation safety. Schumer's remarks centered around his claim that budget cuts and staff reductions in the FAA, initiated during Trump's presidency, led to an erosion of air traffic control oversight, potentially increasing the likelihood of accidents. Without citing specific evidence linking the crash to these reductions, he argued that Trump's policies had left a lasting impact on the aviation industry and that the incident should serve as a wake-up call for increased investment in air traffic safety. The senator's statement quickly gained traction in political and media circles, with some echoing his concerns about the need for stronger federal oversight. Others, however, questioned the validity of his claim, given that the crash took place in Canada and was under the jurisdiction of Canadian air traffic control. Nevertheless, Schumer's comments added fuel to an already heated debate over the role of government regulation in ensuring airline safety and whether past administrations should bear responsibility for present-day incidents. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt swiftly pushed back against Schumer's accusations, calling them not only misleading, but outright false. In a sharp rebuke, Leavitt stated, "Senator Schumer's claims are completely irresponsible and factually incorrect. The Delta crash occurred in Canada, under the authority of Canadian air traffic control, and has absolutely nothing to do with the FAA or any workforce decisions made under President Trump." Leavitt emphasized that under the Trump administration, no FAA air traffic controllers were laid off, directly contradicting Schumer's assertion that staffing cuts compromised safety. This is yet another example of Democrats politicizing a tragedy before the facts are even known, she added. Instead of focusing on real solutions, Senator Schumer is trying to score cheap political points by blaming an administration that left office years ago. She further urged patience while investigators determined the actual cause of the crash, warning against the spread of misinformation. "The American people deserve the truth, not baseless political attacks," she said. "We should be supporting aviation safety efforts based on facts and evidence, not partisan rhetoric." The debate between Chuck Schumer and Karoline Leavitt over the Delta crash highlights how quickly political figures can seize on a tragedy to push their narratives, often before the facts are even known. While Schumer blamed Trump-era FAA policies, Leavitt forcefully rejected his claims, pointing out that the crash happened under Canadian air traffic control. As investigations continue, the public is left to sift through political rhetoric and wait for real answers. For more updates on this and other breaking stories, be sure to like and subscribe to stay informed with the latest news.